Have you ever worked on a project and it just seems like every turn, everything you do, it doesn't work out? Well, we're trying to drain this big 10-acre pond, or at least lower it down at least 8 foot, because it's got a shallow end to it. And my brother Warren told me that I could have all the dirt out of that upper end. I want it to add to the back of my levee. I have a 10-acre pond in front of his pond. And if you remember a prior video, we had purchased a 6-inch, 100-foot roll pipe. And actually, it drained it down probably 4.5, 5 foot. And we don't know if it was a deer or a hog, but something got on it and crushed the pipe in. So I bought a 4-inch smooth wall, thin wall PVC pipe. And we just couldn't get it to prime because actually I think it was too much freeboard from the water to the crest of the levee. So I'm cutting some wire here to install over it, and you'll see we purchased a backstop. And anyway, I'm just cutting this wire to keep, fish, turtle, stuff out of the bottom of it. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and cut this right now and pull this pipe up out of the pond. And that way we can add this backstop to it and put it back together. And technically, if we do that, we'll be able to fill this pipe up on both sides. We can put a plug on the bottom end of it, and then the backstop will keep the water going back into the pond from the top side of the levee here. So we're going to pull this thing out, and we're going to have to put some couplings on there because actually the backstop was a Schedule 40 PVC, and this is thin walls. So you'll have to see in a minute. We're going to have to cut some couplings from, well, I purchased some adapters, but I'm still going to have some Schedule 40 to swap it over. And so here in just a second, I'm trying to get it out. It had something was caught on it. I guess that cage we had on it got caught, but we're going to use the wire I had cut to make a cage. We were having trouble because there's so much pipe, it goes, ouch. So much water has gone
You're
down.
too close up a little bit.
Sucked out, that I bought this valve. So what happened, the water will come in, and if it goes back, it'll stop, so we can fill the pipe up all the way down to the pond to hold the water. So we're going to install this pipe. So what I'm doing right now, I'm installing the fittings on here so we can install the backstop valve. So the backstop valve will keep the water. It'll allow us to fill the pipe up. That's what this will do. Now we're going to make 2 of these because these are Schedule 40 backstop valve, and this is thin wall on this. So we're going to have to make 2 couplings to work.
Yeah, and we could not find a smaller backstop valve. They were the thin wall. They were only in the Schedule 40. I was thinking that too. I didn't know if your blade was getting weaker or what.
So these are adapters from Schedule 40 thick wall to thin wall because this is thick. And we have to adapt it over. So right now we are just doing the process. Now in a minute you're going to have to go stand that pipe up. So we'll have this valve pointing up because it has to point in the right direction.
Okay.
If we glue it in the wrong direction, it'll be messed up. And this is actually going to be underwater, so it's no problem really. I'm probably overkilling it. But,
Well, this is so many tries.
yeah.
Every Saturday.
So this don't work, I'm giving up, and I'm just going to clear some land. I ain't gonna worry about this pond. Okay, now that is directions. We know that goes there. You see, we got to make it match down there. If it don't match, we're in trouble. This has to stand up.
go stand that up where it's straight in the air. The crest this way, so it's got to point upside down.
So we gotta turn it around?
I got it. Nope. I got it right here. So see, it's going to lay down. That's got to face the bottom.
So, yeah, let me go through.
And it's got to face the bottom.
Oh, you got it facing, look, that's why it's supposed to be facing the hole down there? Okay. That's the way you're doing it? Okay.
Yeah.
That part right there, okay.
That's pretty good. Okay.
All right, and so what this is, it has something up in here that done with the water.
So now, the elbow's got to face up.
Okay.
So it's not in the mud.
All right, okay, so he's built this little cage, this wire, hopefully to keep the turtles, I guess, huh, and the fish out.
Just something, keep something plugging it up.
Because the very first time, that's what we did it. I don't know, we've done it so many times, though. But I don't think anything's gonna get through that.
No,
maybe a little few minnows, maybe even a little tiny something, but that should hold.
So you got to keep that end down. I got to keep this end up.
Well, you grab it, wait, there.
So you got to keep that end pointing down behind you.
Yeah, I'm holding it right now.
Okay, come on around. Come on.
Whoa.
Come on, babe, come around.
Baby, what am I doing?
No, stop.
Well, you gotta talk. You gotta tell me what I'm doing.
All right, let go.
Okay, all right.
All right, hold it up. Don't let it slip over. Hold it up.
No, you're taking it from me. I can't. You took it. It's too far. It's not gonna hook. All right, you turn it.
I'm turning on purpose. There we go. Perfect. Now it's going to water.
Maybe.
Right where I want it. That's it.
Well, you better come on.
Perfect. That's what I want right there. That did perfect.
Okay, we got the pipe back down in the water, and I'm gluing it back together. So if you noticed, I put an elbow in the intake with a screen over it, and it sticks up out of the bottom a little bit so it doesn't suck down into the mud. So anyway, I'm just kind of holding this tight till it sets up. And our next step is to crank the water pump up. And this should allow me to fill both ends of this pipe up.
Pumping the water back in here and see if it will work. Thank you for your comments.
Well, it looks like it worked. By getting all of the air out of this pipe, even though it was a lot of freeboard to the crest of this pipe, by putting water on both sides, it worked well.